Hey everybody, my name is Mythical. In case you wonder why I'm actually here in the Pokédex, in the Pokémon Center, it's because I had to make some preparations first. And of course, one of the preparations I actually forgot is, of course, the Ultra Balls, because I don't have enough Ultra Balls for a legendary Pokemon today. Sheparding seems to have, also managed to have made some really interesting things about today, because, let's just say, today, he has a rough time, and he may want to help me today. So I'm actually, I'm going to hope that for the legendary of today is going to be Tornadus, but only if he is actually right but he is currently guessing on Terrakion, which is the last legendary Pokemon we currently need. Solgaleo actually losing speed and starts walking, actually. That's why I went into the green, actually. Yeah, come on. That's a horrendous start. Okay, no, I got the speed back. I got the speed. Alright. Okay. Oh boy. Come on. Okay. What's up? No, I like the level 3s that we're seeing right now. Alright, I love all these level 3s greens that we're seeing right now. Oh boy, oh god. Oh, level 3 red too. Love it. Oh, poor. Alright. Which one am I gonna fight? No. Regirock appears! Regirock, rock type, clear body force ability. Why did I not put up the Jeremy page? Because I'm a stupid head. But I can just talk about Regirock as it currently is, because I know Regirock itself. Regirock is a rock type with clear body force ability, like I just mentioned. As for Ray and his moveset, which I'm currently going on really quickly, it's going to... where the fuck is legendary? There Come on. Another Regirock is awesome. Regirock has Stone Edge, Hammer On, Lock On, and Zap Cannon. If you don't know who Regirock is as a Pokemon, I feel so sorry for this thing. In a good way. In case you don't know what I mean with that, Regirock is although it's not that fast, it's pretty bulky. It has a great special defense, although it's base 100, special attacks that suck. Oh god. Regirock has great physical attack and an immense amount of physical defense. Base 200. We just saw his physical defense in full action right there. Clear hits, super effective hits with power whip. It's gonna be great to talk about this thing. Can you please go to sleep? Zap cannons wouldn't work because, well, because electric type, yeah, you should have actually lock on first. That's actually the reason. As for Regirock as a post, yeah, it does have great potential. It has great potential, but I feel so sorry for it. With the use of Curse, you'll be able to deal with, you can actually combine that with actually superpower, actually. Yeah, you can basically use Curse, although you do lose your speed, but the Regirock is slow to begin with. You can use that with superpower to do a lot of damage, Explosion as well, and also with a lot of great moves like Earthquake, Stone Arrow you just have, and even Iron Head and even Elemental Punches. It's great to talk about. It's really great. But the problem is that Regirock's problem is that although it's pretty slow and rock types are pretty good defensively, Regirock is unfortunately really not. It is among the Regis. I say it is at least the second worst of the Regis because Registeel is obviously the best and Regigigas is the second best because only good in doubles and Regirock, and yeah, it's just. I feel sorry for Regirock, but Regirock has potential, and I suggest you make a good advantage of his potential. Maybe even try out some new things you can feel it. If you were wondering about his transfer only move, don't worry about that. The only move that you probably think you probably would have is probably either Double Edge and Mega Kick. And Dynamic Punch, but other than that, not that much of a problem. All the great moves it has is just right from the get-go. Rock Slide is also the only downside about Regirock is that Rock Slide is only up at the end, but considering that the ends are infinite use, that's not much of a bad thing about Regirock. So, make your choice what you want to do with. It has potential, but I feel so sad because many people consider the Regis the weakest of all the legendary Pokemon. But I do see potential in them. I see potential in them, and it really sucks for them. And it seems that I need to capture Regirock the hard way. Considering what he has, I'm going to put Zygarde in. Although I do find that his ability is kind of pointless. If I'm going to choose between Clear Body and to Sturdy, I would say Sturdy. Only downside about Clear Body, it doesn't affect his own moves. Yeah, as you just saw. Clear Body, actually, in case you want to do, is basically opponent's moves, which lower this Pokemon stat, have no effect. It also includes Intimidate as well. But his ability is Sturdy, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. Basically, it makes Sturdy is will main this Pokemon will main with 1 HP if it was knocked out by a move when it's on full HP. It has 100% HP. But it's also immune to one-hit KO moves, which Wu actually uses that. I do love a Regirock. I really love. I do like a Regirock. I love saying his name. It's so powerful. It feels so powerful saying Regirock so slowly. Regirock has potential. It has a great name. I love it so much. But Regirock is surely being a persistent bitch right now. Maybe finally gonna get finally some persistence out of any legendary Pokemon because I'm pretty sure either Moltres and Palkia is thing. Oh, here it comes. There we go. Oh, that's almost no damage because Zygote's defense is combined with his little intense HP is brutally strong. Okay, let's see Hammer on. Let's see Hammer on. It's funny. What you gonna do, bruh? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Huh? Smart choice, but I'm a ground type Pokemon, even though Zygote doesn't actually look like a ground type. One, two, three. Regirock is mine. I don't like Regirock's treating. I don't like this model of Regirock. It is really nice. I do like that it's actually really detailed. But I would say if I actually putting this and his model from Pokédex 3D Pro, I would say 3D Pro because it doesn't look good to me. It looks way too. It's way too detailed for my case. It's way too detailed for my case. Alright. Voice crack. Now for the thing I'm going to talk about, the mythical Pokemon. So get ready, this is actually really a massive subject we're going to talk about. I need to put a page on the survey because one of the mythical Pokemon is actually still available actually. Which I need, and I don't have it actually still available. I'm going to actually split actually all the I'm going to start all my Pokemon with little Pokemon. Remember that I have already talked about all the mythical Pokemon itself, but I didn't talk about the mythical Pokemon in full detail. So, in case you don't know, I'm basically going to talk about every single mythical Pokemon in detail. In case you don't know what mythical Pokemon are, these are Pokemon that always are given at special location, as special things. They basically are really what you're thinking it is. The rare Pokemon that are given as special momentum, either from simply by fan by movie or a special battle in a various event or a special battle. Actually, you will see that about that. So what about all the mythical Pokemon in detail? So I'm going to talk about every single one of them basically. These are very rare legendary Pokemon to really obtain in events or other special things. The first mythical Pokemon is the Mew we just what we actually talked about. Most mythical Pokemon, if you actually want to know how they are in a Pokemon, most mythical Pokemon are of course have a base stat total of 100, but that changed immensely. But they do have their own strengths actually. As for Mew is of course that Pokemon with the base 100. But if you want to know how it's supposed to be works, it's supposed to be a jack of all trades. Let's just talk about that. What Mew is a jack of all trades? Let's see here. Mew is able to learn every single TM in existence. Every move tutor as well. There were also some very move tutors in XD as well, but other than that, there is not much to talk about. Mew is also the other Pokemon that can learn Transform as well. As for signature move, it has only one signature move. It's a Z move called Genesis Supernova. Genesis Supernova is of course obtained by that blue crystal I already showed about. It is a base 200 power, 185 power special second type move. It never misses. With in fact, with actually this effect able to activate second terrain. see. If you don't know what's happening right now, that's another mythical Pokemon we should talk about. Can you please stop? Thank you. I should actually just run away because that Pokemon just spoiled what I'm going to talk about. Now for the next mythical Pokemon. Yep, our good friend Celebi is indeed a mythical Pokemon. Celebi again has a base set of 100 all across the board, but it actually ejects, of course, packs a serious punch. Able to learn Leaf Storm and Great Moves via TMs, it is really good as a good special attacker. I need to actually can I learn? I don't know if I actually can learn that. Guess that prevents him to be really overpowered. Yeah, Celebi is great potential-wise, of course, in either both Leaf Storm and Psychic and Shadow Ball. Other than that, it doesn't have great special moves. Well, Energy Ball and Dazzling Gleam. But other than that, there's not much to talk about Celebi. I'm not running away from it. I guess it's just me. It's just that kind of threat. And here we go again. Okay, look at one level, so I guess I'm out of the path by now. Now for the next mythical Pokemon. I also want everyone to shut up about the next one, because of what I have with it. Shut up. Yes, next up we talk about is Jirachi. It's a Psychic Steel type with Serene Grace for its ability. Basically, this Pokemon is really powerful. It's really powerful. I do agree with that. It's really powerful. It has like one base 100 Pokemon, base 100 power on all of them. Well, yeah. What about its great stats? About its great stuff. It's able to use Zen Headbutt, and you can use that with the King's Rock alongside the Serene Grace, making a really annoying flinch for Pokemon. Signature move is Doom Desire. I've never seen Doom Desire in this entire game, actually. Everything's happening out, I guess. A base 140 power, 100 active. Are you kidding me? Now here we go again. I just simply go with that. Yeah, it's a base 140 power, 100 accurate, special steel type move. The additional effect being, wait for it, it attacks only after 2 turns as being used. It's a future sight. It's a steel type version of future sight. But it's more powerful than future sight actually, only by base 20 power. Oh boy, the next one. This one actually, you're able to still get it even to this day, if you have Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. It still counts as a mythical Pokemon. It is that thing actually should not have existed in the first place. That's controversial. Deoxys. Yes, it's still a mythical Pokemon no matter what you're talking about. Deoxys is a base. It doesn't actually have a base 100 power, no. It is a Psychic type version. It's a Psychic type Pokemon with pressure for its ability. As for its stats, it's a fast special attacker, actually mixed attacker. Not that much HP and defense to boot. It's basically supposed to be as a glass cannon, so to speak. But I suggest not using this ever. No, there is something you can use with this one. As for Sync move, that is what you just saw. That is Psycho Boost. This is a Psychic type version of Overheat. It is an effect, of course, that it will decrease its special attack by a lot. But Deoxys is, of course, the first legendary, as we say, mythical, should we say, with actual alternate form, which actually changes a lot about it. By interacting with having Deoxys in your party and interacting with this meteor, yes. Change the superior stats for attacking. What does that mean, you should probably ask it. So how about we just see what just happened to Deoxys? I'm doing a lot of walking here. That's why I'm actually located right here, because, well, Deoxys. Here we go. Yep, it changed its form into attack form. Splitting even more of its already failed defenses, so basically it's even more of a glass cannon, literally the complete definition of glass cannon. Put it in base 100, the base set of attack and special attack in 180. It's a monster. Only downside, of course, that this thing is, of course, is defenses are sucking. If you want to use this thing, make it for all-out attacking and nothing else. It's already, Deoxys now currently has... Hey, nice building. It's defense form. This one swaps its offensive stats to its defensive stat, but becomes a little bit slower as it just looks like. This does indeed have only defense written all over it. What that twist is? Well, if you don't know what just changed to Deoxys, well, another Beldum, well. Deoxys just changed into this form. Like it just looks like it's a speed, it's called a speed form. Base 180 speed is not a joke. Good luck outspeeding this thing. But it becomes overall more balanced with its defensive and attacking abilities. Good luck defending against this thing. You're able to defend this thing, but its speed is brutally strong. Its speed is really brutal. Should not underestimate this thing. Good luck defending against dealing with this thing. Now Pokemon kept leveling up for constantly. It was a mythical Pokemon only obtained via X. In case you don't know, it only means via X because this thing actually apparently did this. This is Fione. By breeding a Manaphy, which actually does exist, I will talk about that actually really soon because it's kinda an interesting Pokemon. Manaphy, excuse me, Fione is not that good. Well, not entirely. It has, for a baby Pokemon, it makes sense for being not that good. It has the same stats though as Glardy. But if I have to choose between Glardy and this thing, I would probably choose this thing overall. For water type, it's not that good. Base 80 on all across the board, and it has hydration force ability, including in the thing. Water pulse, not that good. Ice beam, blizzard, and Dazzling. It's not that good, but as for Manaphy, which actually this thing does not evolve into Manaphy, but you can use the Manaphy can be breed an infinite amount of Fione, so this is actually the easiest legendary Pokemon to actually mythical Pokemon actually to get his egg from. Manaphy, if you have Manaphy, don't use Fione. Ever. Manaphy is basically 100 times better than Fione, actually. Like the other mythical Pokemon, it has a base stat total of 100 all across the board, and a better move pool, shall we say. Combine that with both Tail Glow and even a signature move Heart Swap, which actually swaps the stat change to the target, which can be really helpful if you get hit by Charm, for example, or other things. It's really good. You should actually try it out. It's really great. You can actually manage to make full advantage of that, and Tail Glow is brutal. I've never used all the mythical Pokemon in my party, so I need to swap things out. And we're going into the nitty-gritty to when we're stopped dealing with Pokemon with base 100 all across the board. Oh, nice. I feel so sorry for the next Pokemon. Oh, poor Darkrai. Darkrai is a Dark-type Pokemon, like its name implies, with Bad Dreams for its ability. Bad Dreams is a unique ability only exclusive to Darkrai. Bad Dreams reduces the HP when Pokemon is put into sleep. Its signature move is Dark Voice. Oh, Dark Voice. I wanted to talk about this for a long time. When Darkrai was the first Legion Generation 4, it's a base 80 power Dark type move, 80 accurate status move of a Dark type, which is a Dark type move, which hits all the Pokemon in range. Not anymore. It's currently changed to a 50% chance. Right, imagine it. With the addition, which only does is put the Pokemon asleep. Yep, that's Darkrai. It's good in doubles, but choose Hypnosis over Dark Void now that debuff actually now exists. As for Darkrai as a Pokemon, with combined usage of Dream Eater and a lot of great moves, it even gets also Dark Pulse as well. Focus Blast, Blizzard, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt. You can do a lot of great stuff with Darkrai, but it's unfortunate. It's a good special attacker, just to make worry about that, but ever since this update exists, it's not that good anymore. Which makes me obviously really sad for the guy. But as an attacker, it's really good. Come on, there we go. Alright. Oh god, alright. Jinx this. This is Shaman. Shaman is a grass. I can't talk it up. It's Skyform apparently because it's nighttime. It doesn't realize that. Alright, here we go. Okay. But it does. Let me just say, it does have an ultimate form. You need to actually use the greatest deal on it. Actually, it has a base 100 base stat, blah 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 blah. That's basically the video about Shaman. No. It's supposed to be a special attacker. Once again, similar to Celebi, but with a lot of great things. It has natural cure in its land form and swing grace in its sky form. Signature move is Sea Flare. It also gets Air Slash only when it is in its sky form, by the way, which can only do when it is in when it hits like 5 AM to 8 PM, it reverts back during. You can only do this back to 8 AM, 5 AM, and 8 PM. Then reverts back into in its land form when it put in the box, or when it's frozen, it will also change back into this form. Sky form is basically it's basically a special sweeper. It becomes even more faster, lowers its defenses, gets a little bit of an attack, but its special attack goes through the roof. Signature move is Sea Flare, a base 120 power, 85 accurate, special grass that move. The additional fact that it will may harshly lower the target's special defense. Harshly lower. That's a really good thing. Oh, this is a doozy. Oh, this is a doozy to talk about. The next mythical Pokemon we're going to talk about is God. No, not really. This is God himself. Arceus is a normal type with multi-type for its ability. I will talk about that in great detail. Multi-type, I will talk about. I'm talking a little bit, but I should talk about Arceus' stats. Like Shaman and the other mythical Pokemon, it has a base 120 on all across the board, making its base stat total of 720. It is a new on steroids, but not as much viable on the TM department. Arceus is really great. You should try it out and try to experiment what you want to do with it. Arceus can commit is Judgment. A base 100 power, 100 accurate, special normal type move which changes the type depending on what kind of plate it's holding. But there is one minor downside about Arceus. Not much of a downside, but you can actually make it as a nice trick. Multi-type. Where's my Ghostlium? I'm going to use that as an example. Multi-type, in case you don't know what that does, when Arceus holds either a plate or a corresponding Z-crystal, are we really great now? It will change its type depending on what kind of Z-crystal or plate it's actually holding. Plates are scattered around all around the map. You should try with the Starland Surge, and it does change its type. It doesn't change much except for that Arceus gets the weaknesses and resistances of each type. As for Judgment, you cannot use the it will still be a normal type if it's not the play. It's still in play if not held by so the only thing about this, guess what? Outside of the Fairy Arceus's the Judgment, Arceus is unable to learn any Fairy type move. Also, the thing, the very first Arceus has actually been released on everything is actually the one you're seeing right in front of it. This Arceus comes with distinct moves of the Creation Trio. So that makes it one deadly Pokemon that I currently have. It's not hacked, it's the first thing ever will be released. And now for something I'm feeling really sad about. Victini is a psychic fire type with Victory Star for its ability, meaning that if the accuracy of all the Pokemon allies will be raised by 10%. And this thing is great. It's great for as a special attacker. It's supposed to be a mix of base 100 all across the board. Yes. It's the new of this game. Oh, base 100, base stat all across the board. Blah 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 blah. Something to consider about. All gifted Victinis are best than the one card or the one we got on the 20th anniversary. Why is that? It lies in that any gifted move, it has a signature move that only be gifted by the gift. V-Create. It's a base 100 180 power physical fire type move is 95 accurate, which will lower its special defense, special defense, and speed stat. That's the only doubt about the king. You can use, of course, I don't know if it can win cosmic power, I guess not, but it's not. That's the only problem about this. But it does have another extinction move. Shearing Shot. A base 100 power, 100 active special fire type move. Which will hit everything around it. Male's Mythical Perm. It's basically a lava plume, basically. Just to talk about that. Good bells. That's really good. I'm on. This is Caldio, the fourth member of the Swords of Justice. It's with a water and fighting type with the justified force ability. The form it currently is its resolute form. It has no real difference except for looking pretty. It really has no other difference. The only way to get Caldio to put into its in its resolute form is teaching its secret swords, which is there's a movie for it. It's supposed to be the special attacker of the group. Really fast and great special attacker. It's really all. It basically is just a good special attacker. It is also able to Secret Sword, but its best move lies in Secret Swords. It is 85 power special fighting type move. They does physical damage, so basically it goes for the physical offense. And it is good because I'm lowering it around time. Alright, we're getting close to the end, my friends. We're getting close to the end. Come on. Give me about Pokemon, please. Meloetta is a normal psychic type with Swing Great Force ability. This one is supposed to be a special attacker, actually. There's a lot of, not much HP, but it also creates physical defense to boot. When using Relic Song, which actually is Extinction move, it will also cause Pokemon to swing, but it will become into Pure Red Form, which is a normal fighting type move with normal fighting type, which actually becomes a physical attacker. A physical sweeper, actually. So that's the thing. Basically, its special attack and special defense will be going to its attack and speed and swap that around. Yeah. I need to swap my Mythical Pokemon because because I use all 6 in my party. We're getting close to the end, actually. We're getting close to the end. There's still, I'm sure, about only 6 mythical Pokemon to talk about. You need to talk about you. 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 I need to put you away and put you in. That Pokemon you just saw is actually a very special one. Shovegan gave me that, and I need to give it back when I'm done. Only I don't have the Diancie. Which is one of the mythical Pokemon's other forms, but I don't want to talk about that. Ending now the mythical Pokemon of the oh, that's a beautiful. Ending the mythical Pokemon of the Generation 5, we have Genesect, a Buck Steel type with downward force ability. It is a mixed sweeper. It's supposed to be a mixed sweeper. It has decent defenses and its speed is average, shall we say. Its signature move is surprisingly enough Techno Blast, which actually has an interesting effect. It is a base 120 power, 100 accurate, special normal type move which changes depending what drive it's holding. You can get the drives of about 9. The only drives that currently exist are the drive for electric, burn, electric, fire, ice, and water. Good coverage with the water drive, so you can deal with all the fire type moves. All the fire types actually. We're gonna go to the end. Just bear with me right now. Going so fast. And then shut up. Diancie is the next Pokemon. It is a rock and fairy type with clear body force ability. It's supposed to be an offensive wall. Great defenses, and its special attack and base and attack is average at best. Not that fast, but when you give it the Diancie default, it can Mega Evolve into the beauty that is the Mega Diancie. It's it changes from a offensive wall to actually still being a wall, but even more of an attacker and a sweeper as well. Its signature move is Diamond Storm. A base 100 power, 95 accurate, a physical rock type move with this effect and lays sharply raises defense back. Yeah. Even skill stuff as well. You need to go back to go talk to something about this, because don't worry. We're going to talk about this Pokemon in full detail later on, because this is actually a very interesting one. I love Hoopa. Hoopa is a psychic ghost type with magician force ability. It's and again, no offensive wall, but his physical defense is sucky. It's a great special attack and great physical attack, but it's not that great. But other than that, its only downside is because it's 4 times against Ghost and Dark. Its signature move is Hyperspace Hole. It is 80 power, guaranteed hit, psychic type move with the additional effect. It will go through protect and detect. And even a nasty part as well. It's also pretty powerful. But we're not done yet with Hoopa, because Hoopa has actually an alternate form, and I'm gonna show you how you can get that, because that one is a really tricky one. Going to Eva Paradise. Yes, we're going back there again. Wow, I'm not really even done there. But we're getting close towards the ends. I need to be quicker about this because we're getting closer. Come on. I want to go to the left area because Hoopa's other form is located. The access to get to the other form is actually located right there. Like I can just simply split up things up actually. If I'm not mistaken, it's located right here. No. Yeah, it's in lab 1 where type note was cryogenetically frozen. Okay. Where the hell is it? I know that there is that, but where the hell is the thing? There should be like an employee here or something. Strange. Okay, I need to check. How we can get the prison bottle then? The prison bottle is actually what I'm talking about. Hold on a second. I need to check this out because I need to get the prison bottle. Oh, I figured out. I need to talk to Wick. First. You accept this. You can get the big battle starter from her. and take another one. Because I remember that this is of course the scene about Lily. Yeah, conservation area, you can now need to go towards the now constructed lab area, so first I need to get the okay, so let's look at this. So there should be now an employee located right here after I talk to Rick. Yeah, there it is. This may be something coming from these. I would like you to have these. The DNA splices, which we talk about later, because I want to talk about them next time when we actually do something about that. The prison ball, which I want to talk, which I actually going to talk about, and the soul bill, which Pilatus allowed raises its dragon and psychic type move. Hope to meet someday. Yeah, the soul bill was actually in case you don't know what the prison ball, the soul beam was actually changed from raising a special attack and special defense to increasing its dragon and psychic type moves. Yeah, that's the difference right now. See that bell there? Now I can fly back towards the Alley City, because I'm really not into talking about that, because now we have the prison bottle. Interesting enough, the prison bottle will actually, let's just say the prison bottle will not actually help you deal with a lot. It will not. It is a temporary form. Let's go to have that on Hooper right now. Hooper transform. Awesome. Oh, look at that. I love the sudden change with Hoopa, actually. I love the sudden change with Hoopa. It changed from a skinny little genie into a little gym. Hoopa and Baron basically becomes a little bit faster and a lot more offensive. It's really, and also becomes a psychic dark type, actually, and that's really good. Only when Hoopa is in its unbound form, it can use this. Hyperspace Fury, a base 100 power, guaranteed hit, physical dark type move with the additional effect will go to 40 seconds detect, but it uses defense so far. That's the difference. Okay, this is the last one before I'm going to make any drastic changes right now. This is Volcanion, a water fire type. Yes, you heard me correctly. Volcanion is a water fire type with water absorbable ability. It's supposed to be a good special attacker, but it's slow as fast. It's also a good physical attacker and a great physical wall as well. Section move is Steam Eruption, base 110 power, special water type move. The additional effect that may cause burn damage. It's a nice one. It's a nice one. I need to scan a QR code because, let's just say, there is a QR code which you need to get for the next mythical Pokemon. I don't have the mythical Pokemon currently in hand, but we can change that right now. Going on Serabi, which is currently located, there is a certain event you can deal with right now, and it has an infinite amount of time. You don't need to. Oh, great! I need to do a science scan. Give me a moment. I need to deal with this. Found the horsey and capture it. No. Alright, so now I got that out of the way. Back to where I want to do. Yeah, I scanned it and I don't care. QR scanner, you should actually go towards therapy. You need to scan a QR code. I am living a rope. Scan the QR code. And a special QR code has been scanned. Its information about a Pokemon lives in the Alola region. Progress information has been updated and a special gift has been delivered. Please receive it from the delivery man in the select antique shop, Antique of the Ages, located in the shopping district in Howley City. You get 20 points from scanning Nagina. How about we look at the Nagina right now? Thank God for editing. Alright. And there. Oh, I'm sorry. They say this here was an antique, so I nearly delivered it in the wrong place. You're a second, right? I have a Pokemon here for you. Magirna. So yeah. Wait, is that a mythical Pokemon? It synchronizes its consciousness with others to understand their feelings. This faculty makes it useful taking care of people. I want to add to my party and I would like to swap out to host it, please. Yes, please. Now, excuse me? That's a Pokemon that people like me refer to as a mythical Pokemon. Is this a real treasure more than mere pressure than you know? It was made 100 years ago. Yeah, there basically are Pokemon that are considered like either treasure, or only considered myths, and their existence are only and they don't actually have like any evidence suggesting that they actually exist. And well, Nagina is basically this, and those mythical Pokemon are basically those kind of Pokemon. Deoxys itself is supposed to be a Pokemon. Only myths and no actually real legend or any existence actually. Although, yeah, anyways. So what is Magirna as a Pokemon? Because that is a really interesting talk about. Magirna is a steel fairy type with Soul Heart for its ability. Every time a Pokemon fights various ally or enemy, it boosts its special attack by a point. This is very good synchronized with not only with its great special attack stat, its great special and even the great defenses. Though it's pretty slow, it does have a signature move. Flare Cannon. It is 130 power, 90 accurate, special fairy type move which will harshly lower its special defense. Make advantage of this. You can basically you can do between two Pokemon and then basically lose one point of its special attack because literally because the Soul Heart basically activates. It also becomes with a gold. I'm pretty sure also with Bottle Cap as well. And now. Special thanks to Shepard Gaming to talk about the next one, but I need to talk about if I want to talk about in full detail, I need to grab a very important item. I'm going to make measure that. That's his name. Ring Marshall is another mythical Pokemon, and it was actually released during an event by a movie. I unfortunately didn't get one, but I give a special thanks to Shepard Gaming to this. A massive thanks to it. Not only do I get to register in my Pokédex and get a massive hole fixed, I'm now able to get the very good thing, you. I'm enjoying my vacation using jewelry shops, partner shop stones, like Marshadium Z! If you bring along a Pokemon that can use such a stone, I can give you a Z Crystal. Oh, you brought along a Mass Shadow! It should be able to use Marshadium Z, Obtain a Marshallum Z. Normally this Marshallum Z was added alongside the Marshadow events, basically. This allows you to use Marshadow's power. Converts the power into crystal that upgrades Marshadow's spectral teeth into an exclusive Z move. Please encounter. Thank you. Close encounters, love them. Alright! Oh, please tell me no pure fire. I don't know. I guess we should just simply talk about Marshadow right now. I'm pretty sure it's a pure normal type. I should actually just go right now. Marshadow is a ghost fighting type with technician force ability. That's what I wanted to talk about for so long. It's a fast physical attacker. Not much about it, and it has decent defenses. It can take a hit. It can take at least a hit, but not much. Its signature move is spectral teeth. If I don't get a lag problems. Okay, it's a fine effect. Look at that. As you just saw, is Spectral Teeth. I love the name of that move. Come on, can I please get this up done? It is a base 90 power 100 accurate physical ghost type move. It even steals the stat changes of basically it lowers the it basically resets every single stat changes stat boosts of the opponent to return to 0, and it takes it all for itself. But that not all what Marshadow has for itself. Marshadow even has a signature Z move. Still gonna deal with rock type. Its move is called Soul Stealing 7-Star Strike, a base 195 power physical ghost type move with no additional effects. And here's what it looks like. Marshadow comes out of the shadows, comes into its active mode, throws a mark on it, and goes into its soul, damage a little bit, and causes a shadowy explosion, and badass doesn't look at explosions. That's Marshadow. That's an awesome Pokemon. It's a badass, and badassery definitely looks so cute in my eyes. One thing I really like about Marshadow is actually its shiny form, although it looks very similar. When it goes into its active mode, it's purple. There's still one more mythical Pokemon I should talk about. I still have enough time because I'm going at it all this. Zeraora. That's the Pokemon that I think does exist. But there's still no, but it doesn't have an event release, but I should still talk about it. It's an electric type Pokemon with Volt Absorb Force ability. It is a mixed attacker. It's basically it is a mixed sweeper with not much HP and not much defense to the boots. That's, its signature move is Plasma Fist. A base 100 power, 100 active physical electric type move with the additional fact it changes all, when it will release the effect if that will change its normal type move into electric type move. Iron Deluge actually got glitched because of this and had to actually get an update for it. Yeah, that's the Zeraora. About it. I will show you a picture at the end. See you guys next time.